All right, so number 3 from the more difficult ones. So we've got the region between x squared. There's x squared. X equals 0. Okay, so that's the y-axis, and x equals 4. Let's say x. Oh, from x equals 0 to x equals 4. Sorry, the region between y equals x squared and the x-axis from x equals 0 to x equals 4. I know how to read, I promise. Okay, so this region right here. So we're going to take that and we're going to revolve that around the y-axis. All right, everybody good with that? So actually, you're good with the which region we're looking at?
Yeah.
Okay, you probably have more literacy skills than I do, since I clearly couldn't read that properly, even though I wrote the problem. All right, so if we're going to revolve around the y-axis, we're revolving around a vertical axis, which means when we slice it, we got to slice it horizontally, which means we're going to do everything in terms of y. So we got to do dy here. And we're going to have an outer radius and we're going to have an inner radius, because the region that we're revolving, this region right here, is not fully pushed up against the y-axis, which is what we're revolving around. So it's going to have an outer radius and an inner radius. So we're going to do pi, an integral outer radius squared minus inner radius squared dy. I'll leave us some space for that. And we have to integrate from the lowest point in this region, which is 0, to the highest point in the region, which is all the way up here, where x squared intersects with x equals 4. And 4 squared is 16, so that would be an integral from 0 to 16. Good with that part?
Yeah.
All right. Then the outer radius, so when we look for the outer radius and the inner radius, we look for what function or what equation bounds the right hand or the left hand part of our region. And so since the axis that we're revolving around is to the left of our region, we're going to look at the rightmost bound of our region, which is x equals 4. And so from x equals 4 to the y-axis is always 4 units. So our outer radius is just going to be 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, then our inner radius is going to be the distance from the y-axis to our function. And we always measure a distance from the y-axis to anything going to the right here as x. So our inner radius should just be x. And then since we're doing this in terms of y, we have to figure out what x is in terms of y. X is root y. So we should have 4 squared minus root y squared dy. Does that make sense or no?
Yeah, I think I'm good up to here.
Okay, yeah, I mean, and then from there, 16 minus y dy. That's easy integral, and then just evaluate it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Any other questions before we start the quiz?